What's good, bitches? I am the almighty TheMassaCreature, and this is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. You maddened? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's Twilight Princess. So I would like to make a vid on my experience at the All-Star Show on August 10th at the National in Richmond. So fucking phenomenal. I paid $32 for a totally fucking priceless experience. Cinnabon creamer. Love that shit. It was my 5th time seeing my favorite band, Born of Osiris. It was also my 5th time seeing After the Burial, another favorite band of mine. It was my 3rd time seeing Chelsea Grin and Motionless in White. It was my 2nd time seeing For Today, In This Moment, and Bless the Fall. As for the rest of the bands, Amir, I Wrestled the Bear Once, Attila, Alisana, The Ghost Inside, Sleeping with Sirens, and for all those sleeping, it was my first time. Dude, I don't even know where to start. The venue itself was beautiful. It was so fucking ancient. It was this big-ass fucking architecture with all these archaic designs on the interior walls and shit. It had 2 floors. Bottom floor of the stage, the pit, the merch table for Emir and Alisana, the bathrooms, and the alcohol bars. And the top floor had all these seats that you would see at a Shakespearean theater or some shit. And a mini cafe bar and the merch tables for all the other bands. I stayed in the pit for the majority of the show, and oh my god, I tore that shit up. I tore that shit the fuck up. By the end of the night, my hands were absolutely enshrouded in bruises. It appeared as though someone had crushed my hands in a car door. It was that intense. I'm still sore as shit. My entire skeleton feels like it aged about a century. Beside my hands, I kept getting hit in my lower spine. I've yet to get hit in the face at a show. It's probably because I keep my head low when I'm in the pit. I mean, that's a very strategic method of throwing down. Just keep your head low. I got hit in the penis a lot. I didn't get hit in the balls at all. I got hit in the fucking penis, like the very tip of it. For any ladies watching this, I apologize. I know it's very ungentleman like of me to talk about my penis, but at least I'm saying penis and not cock or even dick. I kept getting hit in the penis, the male reproductive organ. I'm so fucking immature. I can't even keep a straight face when I say penis. I watch Superbad too much, but at least I'm saying penis. But see, I kept getting hit in the penis because everyone was doing that fucking weird ass kick where they just kind of stick their leg out and just try to hit whoever's behind them. Kind of reminds me of a horse, but it's mostly the little girls doing it. But anyway, it burns like a bitch when you receive a physical impact in the penis, whereas an impact to the balls just makes you want to die. You feel like vomiting every organ in your body and crying until your eyeballs fall out of your skull. But a penis impact just burns like a bitch. And that is preferably better than a ball impact. Other than that, I pretty much owned that pit. Throughout the whole show, I had all these random ass people come up to me, patting me on the back and shaking my hand and shit. It just really made me feel welcome. I love going to all different types of shows, but hardcore, metalcore, and deathcore is definitely my scene. I love being in the pit for Motionless in White because I get to scream, fuck your pretty face, and so come and fucking get us. The singer for Sleeping with Sirens claimed that his band was the only band on the bill that we could have sex to. See, you could have sex with any band. Doesn't make any fucking sense. I'd love to fuck to Born of Osiris or After the Burial. That's definitely on my bucket list. Speaking of After the Burial, the singer was doing a mini rant between their songs. I believe his name is Anthony. What he was saying was ultimately the most inspiring thing I heard throughout the whole show. I'm paraphrasing here, but he was saying shit like, we don't have a gimmick for our band. We like to be straight up with you guys. We just want to play music and hope you have a good time. We're not going to stand up here and preach. We're not going to shove our beliefs down your throat. We're not going to say you're a bad person for not agreeing with us. I'm straight edge, but it doesn't matter if you don't live the way I do. It's all about respect. We have a diverse lineup on this tour, and all the bands respect each other for their differences, just like I respect you for all of your differences. Who you choose to be doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear, what you smoke, what religion you follow, or anything, as long as you're a good person. And paraphrasing. Fucking love After the Burial. They're such an inspiration to me. If anyone from After the Burial is watching this, I fucking love you guys, and you give me a reason to breathe. I look forward to seeing you guys on the Crush 'Em All tour with Vale and Maya in the future. Now, who else is worth remarking upon? Born of Osiris? Of course. Dude, these guys just keep getting better and better. It's my first time being in the pit for them. I'm usually up at the very front shouting back the lyrics, but I decided to shout back the lyrics from the pit this time. Tell you what, man, when I jumped in that pit, everyone just got the fuck out of my way. The entire pit just fucking emptied, and I was the only one in there. See, I get very passionate when I see my favorite band in concert. I get aggressive as shit. I'm jumping all over the fucking place. I decimated the shit out of my surroundings. And I'm still shouting back the lyrics from the bottom of my heart to the top of my fucking lungs when I'm aggressive. Because I know all the lyrics for The New Rain and A Higher Place, not to mention a lot of the lyrics for The Discovery. When Born of Osiris comes on, I become someone you do not want to fuck with. It was my first time throwing for the signs, follow the signs, for the signs. Yeah, follow the signs and devastate and recreate the 3 songs they played from The Discovery. And oh my god, recreate. That was the last song they played. Final breakdown for that song just quakes the fucking earth. And the splendor and glory you feel for throwing to that song is equivalent to finding Jesus or something. You just feel like you've reached the pinnacle of fulfillment in your life, and you just storm the burning fields in a blaze of glory that's just unparalleled by any conceivable moment of any lifetime that you'll be endowed with in the midst of all eternity. And after the band finished, after Born of Osiris finished, first thing I did was run to the bathroom because I honestly felt like I had to throw up. I've never thrown down that hard before. I basically went on a fucking testosterone rampage for Osiris, and it felt so great. I accumulated all of my intensity and ferocity and just unleashed the shit out of it for that band. It's the least I could do for them. I'll never be able to express in any language of any living species in the universe for how much I love Born of Osiris, man. It would seriously just not even, like, fucking accumulate every page of every tree in the world to express how much devotion I have for them. I seriously would not be the person I am today without them. They changed my fucking life. They're so much more than a band to me. They're like my fucking family. Whenever I see Ronnie, Lee, Jason, David, Joe, or Cameron, I just feel so fucking happy. I know that kind of makes me a freak because I'm like a devoted fan as opposed to some guy who just puts their singles on an iPod, but you know what, whatever. I never need drugs or alcohol for escapism, as long as I have Osiris, man. They're all the therapy and solace and alleviation that I need. I can never be distressed or depressed when I hear their music or see them in videos. Or definitely when I see them live. Just, they give me a place where I feel like I belong. They give me something to be a part of. They give me something to love. And with the finite life I have, something to love is just infinitely valuable. Just like After the Burial. They don't have a fucking gimmick. Born of Osiris doesn't try to shove their beliefs down your throat. They're just an all-around fantastic band. And I'll love them until I die. Osirian for life, man. Osirian for life. I didn't throw up, by the way. I just sat on the toilet and took a bunch of deep breaths for like 15 minutes until I felt composed enough to stand on my 2 legs again. So what else? I Wrestled the Bear once was pretty sweet. The singer's a chick, and she's got some brutal fucking growls, man. I mean, she's got a demon in her throat, and she's a fucking badass. She's really cute, too. Such a cute girl and such brutal growls. She's got a really mellifluous singing voice, too. I think she had the best clean singing voice out of all the bands that played. But that's just my opinion. Some people are partial to Sleeping with Sirens and that guy's voice, but nah. I think the singer for I Wrestled the Bear once definitely has a better voice. She was talking about how she had to take a shit. And like how she was just prairie dogging on stage and everything. She was like, always take a shit before you play a show. It's like, thanks for the advice. She was also saying that if anyone didn't like them, they ought to acknowledge the fact that their band wasn't on stage and hers was. It's hilarious. And this moment was great. They were the least core band on the bill, which I admired. I love diverse lineups. I mean, none of the bands were country or R&B or anything. They were all metal. Some bands were heavier than others, and some were obviously lighter, like Sleeping with Sirens, but they all had a metal tempo. And this moment has a gorgeous singer. She had this awesome metal mic stand that was just covered in skulls and shit. And she had a mini rant similar to that of Anthony from After the Burial. She was just saying how All Stars had a diverse lineup and that it's important to respect all the bands for their own styles. And she was saying how it kind of pisses her off to see people in the crowd standing still and texting and shit. She doesn't like it when people don't look like they're having a good time, and I completely agree. You gotta have a good time when you go to a show, and you gotta be open-minded for all the bands that play. Even if you're an Emir fan, just fucking enjoy in this moment, you know what I mean? If you don't like a band, at least give them your respect, and keep your phone in your pocket. I mean, people are free to text whenever they want, but if I were in a band, I'd be pretty disheartened to just see people standing still. Move the fuck around, you know? Throw down, jump up and down, headbang, for Christ's sake. How hard is it to fucking headbang to a metal band? Standing still at a concert is like standing out in the rain and trying to stay dry. It's pretty paradoxical if you ask me. It's like what Jeremy from Wedding Crashers said. Good band, bad band, it doesn't matter. It's like pizza, baby. It's good no matter what. There's music in the air. If I'm paying $32 for a show, I don't want to act like I'm not having a good time. I don't want to not have a good time at all. If someone texts me, I'll at least check whoever texts me, but I'll wait until after the band played to just text back. I personally feel that it's pretty disrespectful to text during a show. It's disrespectful to the bands. Besides, I don't think I can text when I'm headbanging or jumping up and down or moshing. That's just a little impracticable for me, a little physically impossible. Anthony from After the Burial was saying, we're all here for the same purpose, and that purpose is to appreciate music. He said, all you have to do is let go of yourself just a little fucking bit, and you'll have a fucking story to tell after you leave the venue. How can you have a fucking story to tell if you just spend the show texting someone that you can just text any fucking time of your fucking life? I mean, if you're looking for one of your friends or something, you know, just wait until after the band plays and be like, hey, where are you at? And then you go and find them and you talk about the band and do whatever the fuck you do. You owe them your respect. The singer for In This Moment said, even if you don't like the band that's playing, they're still up there singing their fucking hearts out for you. And that's absolutely true. When a band is up on stage singing their hearts out and playing songs that they worked their fucking asses off for, working their asses off to write, I think the least I could do is keep my phone in my pocket and enjoy the art that they've so passionately taken the time to create and share with the world. Anyway, I got to meet a bunch of the fucking bands. I met the guys for All They're Sleeping. I met the singer for Attila, which is a fucking incredible band, by the way. The singer growls really fast, and he's just a really sick vocalist. I met the guitarist for Motionless in White. I met all the members of Chelsea Grin. I'm got a poster signed by the whole band up on my wall right there behind me, but I don't want to take the fucking webcam down. I met the singer for Today. I told him I really admired him for his intensity and his passion. And I do. They're an outstanding band, both live and on the track, but I think they ought to lose the preaching and just kind of lose that, like, get it away. I mean, I'm an atheist, but I'm not going to preach to the crowd about how there is no God. So I don't think it's right for him to insinuate that the crowd is going to hell just if they don't agree with what he believes in. You know what I mean? He doesn't know if there's a God, or if there's a Jesus, or if there's a heaven, or if there's a hell. So when the singer starts to go on about how Jesus is the only thing that's going to save them from going to hell, it's pretty fucking foolish. I don't condemn believing in a God, but I do condemn using being in a band as an outlet for trying to convert people to a religion by appealing to their fear, insinuating that the only way to save the crowd is by accepting Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, as if he knows there's a hell, and if he knows there's Jesus Christ, which he obviously doesn't. He needs to acknowledge that there are people of all different religions in the crowd. There's bound to be Christians, Satanists, Jews, Muslims, Wiccans, agnostics, atheists, etc., etc., etc. But he's going to disregard everything they might believe in and preach about what he thinks is true and imply that anything that's not what he believes is false. How selfish and arrogant can you be? If I were a Christian, I wouldn't say that my God is real and everyone else's is false. I'd just say that's what I believe. I'm an atheist, but I'm still not going to say that there is no God, because I don't know. You need to accept the probability that you're wrong. I'm just saying, if you want to play music, be a musician. But if you want to preach, be a priest. I admire the singer for Today because of his passion and his intensity and how he's like this a lot. Like, I am the one that will bring you down. I'm going to shoot you with my fucking finger. But it's naive of him to implicate the fate of his audience according to whether or not they agree with him. I even met the singer for Emir outside after the show. He was just standing against the wall of a restaurant. Dude, Emir, one of the heaviest fucking bands I've ever seen live. and that's no exaggeration. They were the perfect headlining band for this tour by far. They had these awesome Decepticon banners on stage with their logo on them, and they had these ominous-looking bright green lights flashing all throughout their set. It really made it awesome to throw down to. All the bands were amazing, and I can't wait until I go to another Outer Loop or Psych show, man. And that's basically everything I have to say for this little review. I'm going to make a video about my experience at Summer Slaughter, which was on August 15th at the 930 Club in DC. And oh my god, you're going to fucking love this. Play Twilight Princess, because it's the best game ever. I'm just kidding. It's not Twilight Princess. It's Majora's Mask. Alright, so I'm the TheMassaCreature, and my hair is getting brown. I'm thinking about bleaching my hair, because I watched Lost Boys, and I kind of like the way Jack Bauer looked with his blonde hair. Yeah, it's Jack Bauer. Alright, so I am the fucking TheMassaCreature. Stick to your guns, light your own path, and peace the fuck out.